Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. This is Beth with Create with Beth. Today is the first video in a series of videos that I'm going to do on beginning card making. I see a lot of messages on message boards from people who want to get started in this hobby, but they aren't sure exactly what they need to do, what products they need to use, how to use them, and all the ins and outs. So I thought I would do a series of videos to help address that issue. So if you are an advanced card maker, all of this will be old school to you, old news, but you might want to refresh your course. If you are new to the hobby, I hope you learn something that will be beneficial to you. So before we get into the first topic of this video, which is going to be cardstock, I want to go over what you need in order to begin doing this hobby. So you need something good to use to cut your cardstock, and that comes down to some different trimmers that are available. So there's basically two types of trimmers for the most part. There is this type here, which is a just a rotary blade or a sliding blade. This particular one is from Stampin' Up. I happen to like it very much. It has an extended arm here so you can cut larger pieces of cardstock and paper, which is really nice. It has a scoring blade so you can score your card base, as well as a cutting blade. And they sell replacement blades at Stampin' Up for this particular trimmer. Now there are different brands out there that you can get. Fiskars makes some really good ones, so you can check whatever you prefer, your price point. Different price points are available out there, but this is one that I do like and recommend. So another type of trimmer is the guillotine trimmer. A lot of people really like these. I like to have this guillotine trimmer. This particular one is from Tonic Studios. And basically you slide your card base into the little groove here and measure it with the measurements up here and lift and do a guillotine basically. And this is a very popular option. Excuse me. I like to have both in my stash, because sometimes I need to trim just a tiny bit off of a card, and this comes in really handy for doing that. So you might want to consider having both of these in your stash. Again, there's lots of different ones out there. There's lots of different price points, so find the one that works best for you. All right, let's get down to cardstock. So I want to talk about cardstock and all about it. So basically for your card bases, for your cardstock is going to become really important. You want to make sure you are buying cardstock and not construction paper. Construction paper is too weak and thin to use for a card base. So you're looking for cardstock. Cardstock basically comes in terms of weight in pounds, and it goes anywhere from 65 pounds up to 110 pounds. Basically, you want to have at least an 80-pound cardstock in order to make your card base. Anything less than 80 is going to be really thin, and your card isn't going to want to stand up when it's on display. So I use Stampin' Up for my cardstock. They usually have, this is an 80-pound cardstock, so it's relatively thick. You can go higher. I do also buy a 110-pound cardstock from Staples in a brand that's called Nina Solar White. That makes a really good card base to use. So this comes in an 8.5 by 11 size. That is the size that I prefer to use for my card bases, because it's really simple to cut, which I will show you in a minute, and you can get 2 card bases from this paper. The other size that a lot of people like to use is the 12 by 12, and this, you can get any number of card bases out of this depending on what size you're making. A lot of people like to use this to make 6 by 6 cards, because you just cut it in half and then you have 2 card bases. So let me go ahead and show you how we cut our card base to get our cardstock to get 2 card bases. So there's basically 2 different ways that you can do it. I'll show you the first way. You're going to put the 11-inch side, into your trimmer, and you're going to measure up to 5.5 and slide your blade up, and now you have 2 card bases. And basically what I did was just cut that right in half. Then you're going to go to the 8.5-inch side. You're going to measure 4.25, which again is half of that paper. You're going to take your score blade and score it. And now I have a crease in my card base. Set this aside for a moment. What I want to do now is I want to fold the card base to create my card. Now, what you want to do, you want to fold away from yourself. So you are folding into that fold. You don't want to fold towards yourself because you will crack the paper. So always remember to fold away from yourself. Make sure you're lined up. Then you're going to take a bone folder, which is this tool here, and burnish your crease down. And now you have the perfect little card base that can open this way, or it can open this way. Now you don't absolutely positively need to score your cards in order to get this. You can just fold them, but scoring is going to make it a lot easier to get this crisp card base. Okay, so that is one way to cut your card. Now let me show you another way. Let me grab another piece of cardstock. I'll demonstrate on a piece of the Nina Solar White. This is the 110 pound. You can tell that it is a lot thicker than our other one. So the second way to cut your card base is to put it into your trimmer on the 8.5-inch side. Again at half. So you're going to go to 4.25 and cut your card this way. Then you're going to turn it to the 11-inch side, put it in, and measure 5.5 and score it. All right, fold away from yourself. Crease with your bone folder. And now you have a card that opens this way, or you can do this way. So those are 2 of the basic card bases that you're going to make for creating your cards. So I hope that helps a little. I want to show you another way that you can cut your cardstock using the 12x12, and this is if you want to make your 6x6 card. You can make any number of different measurements for your card. You could do a 3x3, a 4x4, a 6x6, whatever, a 5x7. That's a different, getting into more detailed measurements. But these are just the basic ones that I want to show you. So to make a 6x6 card, you're simply going to measure half of that 12x12. Whoops, my blade came out. Get that back in there. And I have half of that 12x12. I'm going to measure 6 inches again. Take my score blade and score it. And now I have fold away from myself and burnish that. Now I have a 6x6 card base. Now these are fun to make. The only trouble with this is that these are difficult to mail. So this is more of a card that maybe you want to just hand someone the card to them when it's a 6x6. Okay, so those are the 3 basic card bases that can get you started. I wanted to show you that. I also wanted to show you another way that you can score your cardstock, and that is by using a score board. This is the Score Buddy, And this is just a tool that you can buy separate from your trimmer in case your trimmer does not come with a score blade. And it's pretty self-explanatory. You have a tool here that comes with it, your scoring tool, and you're going to again measure half, which in this case is our 4 1/4. Score that. Hold away from yourself. And now you have another perfect card base. Okay, so I hope that helps explain a little bit to you about our cardstock and how to use it. And I hope you will go out there and order some cardstock for yourself. Again, there are numerous places to get it. I get mine from Stampin' Up! You can go online and find any number of places to get cardstock. I do suggest doing some good research on cardstock places, the type you want to get. This, by the way, is what we call solid core. It is colored the same color all the way through. You can get cardstock that is called white core. It has a white core inside of the paper, so it's going to be white on the inside. Personally, I do not like that type, but that is another option for you. So I hope this helps. I hope it explains a lot about cardstock. In my next video, I'm going to be talking about another type of paper, which is pattern paper that you use to decorate your cards. Thanks for stopping by. Please give this video a like and subscribe if you haven't already. We'll see you next time. Bye.